Why do Muslims avoid dogs? Is it hate or something you never heard about? Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. I'm Sheikh Yusuf Al-Ansari, and today we uncover the truth behind this rule. Islam commands mercy to dogs and also commands distance. How can both be true? The answer lies in one word: purity. Not hate, purity. Open Surah Al-Kahf, verse 18. Allah describes young believers hiding in a cave, persecuted for their faith. And who guards them at the entrance? A dog, not a lion, not an angel. A dog, stretching its paws at the threshold, protecting them while they sleep for centuries. Allah placed a dog as their guardian. So why does Islam command distance between a believer and a dog? Let's be precise. It's not about the dog itself. Islam never called the dog cursed or evil. The command is about what the dog carries, its saliva. In Islamic law, dog saliva is classified among the substances that break wudu, the ritual purity required before every salah. And wudu is not optional. It's the key that unlocks the door to salah. Without it, you cannot stand before Allah, no matter how sincere your heart. One accidental touch, one lick on the hand, and that key is lost. You must stop everything, wash 7 times, one with earth. Only then can you pray again. For a believer who prays 5 times a day, that's not inconvenience, that's a rupture in the lifeline to Allah. So the distance isn't rejection of the animal. It's protection of the connection. But Islam never said ban all dogs. Never. The Prophet ﷺ permitted dogs for 3 reasons and only 3. First, guarding your home, your field, your livestock. Second, hunting to bring lawful food to your table. Third, herding sheep and cattle. For these purposes, the dog is not just allowed, it's honored as a working partner. But the Prophet ﷺ also warned, whoever keeps a dog for any other reason, a qirat of his reward will be deducted every single day. Why? Not because the dog is evil, but because keeping it without purpose turns mercy into attachment, and attachment distracts the heart from its true purpose, Allah. And here is what the Prophet ﷺ actually taught about dogs. He said, a prostitute once passed by a dog panting near a well, nearly dying of thirst. She took off her shoe, tied it with her headscarf, and drew water for him. Because of that single act, Allah forgave all her sins and admitted her into paradise. Not for salah she missed, not for fasts she broke. For mercy to a dog. That's the weight Islam gives to kindness, even to an animal many avoid. Distance doesn't mean cruelty. In fact, the Prophet ﷺ said, whoever is not merciful to people, mercy will not be shown to him. And scholars explained, mercy to animals is part of that same mercy. So, what does this mean for you today? 3 simple rules. First, if you see a thirsty dog, give it water. No wudu broken, no salah missed, just mercy and a reward waiting in paradise. Second, if a dog licks your hand or clothes, wash the spot 7 times, one of those times with earth or soil. Then renew your wudu and make wudu again before your next salah. No panic, no guilt, just purification. Third, never mock someone for keeping their distance. And never shame a Muslim for avoiding a pet. They're not hateful. They're protecting their salah, those sacred moments when they stand before Allah 5 times a day. That's not fear, that's devotion. Let's return to the question we started with. Why do Muslims avoid dogs? Is it hate? No, it's protection of the thread that connects a believer to Allah. 5 times a day, that thread is woven through wudu and salah. One drop of saliva can break it, not because the dog is evil, but because the connection to Allah is that sacred. So the next time you see a Muslim step back from a dog, don't assume hate, assume devotion. Assume a heart protecting its lifeline to the divine. If this resonated with you, write one word in the comments. Subhanallah. May Allah accept from us all. Ameen.